Chosen one, you have been walking for so long, haven't you? Step after step, test after test, mountain after mountain, you have kept moving, even when the road disappeared beneath your feet. You have held the light in your hands, even when it flickered low, even when the winds of doubt howled louder than your prayers. You thought the trial was still ongoing. You thought the finish line was still somewhere out there, hidden behind another lesson, another battle, another heartbreak. But I am here to remind you, the test is over. You have already passed. You have already crossed the invisible threshold. And yet, why are you still standing at the gates, questioning your worth? Why are you still waiting for some distant sign to prove that you are free? Chosen one, the universe has already celebrated your victory. The stars have already sung your name in triumph. The only one left to celebrate is you. You are not here anymore to strive, to prove, to struggle. You are here to embody what has already been accomplished. You are here to walk in the joy that has already been granted to you. But I know there is a lingering weight inside you, isn't there? A voice that whispers, "Not yet. I'm not ready. There must be more work to do." It is an old voice born from old battles, a voice shaped by years of believing that worth must be earned through suffering. But the time for suffering has passed. You were never meant to remain in the battlefield once the war was won. You were never meant to keep carrying armor long after the danger was gone. And yet, you still tighten the straps around your chest. You still scan the horizon for enemies that no longer exist. Why? Because somewhere deep inside, you believed the struggle made you worthy. You believed the hardship was your ticket into the divine embrace, but the truth is simpler, more breathtaking, more humbling. You were worthy before the first battle began. You were worthy before you lifted your first shield. You were worthy simply because you exist. The tests you endured were not about earning your place. They were about revealing it to you. They were never about changing the divine's mind about you. They were about changing your own. And now, beloved soul, the invitation has arrived, not to fight, not to climb, not to strive, but to celebrate, to dance in the wide fields of your own freedom, to sing the song of a heart no longer burdened by the chains of proving. The test is over. You are not being watched to see if you are good enough. You are being celebrated because you already are. But celebration is not passive. It is not something that happens to you. It is something you choose. It is a doorway you must walk through willingly. And that is why you are hearing these words now. The universe is calling you not to wait anymore, not to postpone your joy, not to delay your arrival. You are already standing in the promised land. The only thing missing is your recognition of it. Chosen one, what would change if you believed, truly believed, that you had already succeeded? What fears would melt away? What walls would crumble? What dreams would you dare to dream, knowing there is no longer anything to prove? What life would you live if you knew that you could not fail? This is not fantasy. This is not false hope. This is reality, a reality forged in every tear you cried, every choice you made in love, every act of courage when fear would have been easier. You have already been weighed and found radiant. You have already been tested and found unshakable. You have already crossed the threshold. The celebration is waiting. The feast has been prepared. The music is playing. But you must choose to enter. You must lay down the sword you no longer need. You must release the old identities carved by struggle. You must open your hands, empty and trembling, and receive the crown that has always been yours. The crown of survival, the crown of resilience, the crown of light. Not because you never fell, but because you always rose again. Not because you never doubted, but because you chose to believe one more time. Not because you were perfect, but because you remained true to the spark inside you when the night grew long. The world does not need your perfection. It needs your celebration. It needs your joyful, unburdened presence. Because when you celebrate, you open gates no battle could ever breach. You create currents of blessing that flood through timelines yet unseen. You signal to the earth itself that the era of striving is ending and the era of being has begun. Chosen one, the battlefield is empty now. The enemies have fled, the chains have broken. The only thing holding you captive is the memory of a struggle that has already ended. It is safe now. It is safe to dance. It is safe to laugh. It is safe to lift your face to the sky and let the sunlight crown you. You are not in training anymore. You are in triumph. The wounds have become windows, the scars have become songs, and every heartbeat you offer in gratitude strengthens the bridge between your soul and the new world rising through you. So, beloved, when will you celebrate? When will you honor the battles you survived by refusing to live as if you are still at war? When will you let yourself be seen in the fullness of your victory, not someday? Not after another achievement, not after another layer of healing. Now this is the moment you were prepared for. This is the joy your soul signed up to embody. The test is over. The celebration has begun. Step into it, own it, become it, because you, chosen one, have already won. Chosen one, you have carried so much for so long. The burdens of expectation, the weights of unseen wars, the silent battles waged in the hidden corners of your heart, and still you ask, is it really time to celebrate? You hesitate because you were taught that joy must be earned. You hesitate because you believed that rest was a reward for the worthy, not a birthright of the living. But hear me clearly now. Celebration is not a luxury. It is a spiritual act of defiance against every lie that said you had to wait to be worthy. It is an energetic declaration to the universe. I accept the truth of who I am. Celebration is not the end of your journey. It is the key that unlocks the next chapter. Without it, you stand frozen at the threshold of your own destiny, forever waiting, forever doubting. But when you celebrate, even imperfectly, even uncertainly, you send a signal into the fabric of reality. You proclaim, I am ready. You proclaim, I believe. You proclaim, I have already won. And that proclamation shifts everything. The doors that seemed locked begin to open. The dreams that seemed distant begin to move closer. The miracles that seemed improbable begin to unfold. Not because you forced them, not because you fought harder, but because you aligned yourself with the truth that the battle has already been won. Celebration is the vibration that welcomes your next blessings. It is not passivity. It is not denial. It is the most courageous act of faith you can offer. To celebrate is to say, I trust that what I endured had a purpose. I trust that who I have become is enough. I trust that I am no longer in exile, but home. Chosen one, do you understand the power you hold? By celebrating, you create new openings. You accelerate the harvest of seeds you planted long ago, seeds of kindness sown in barren soil, seeds of hope whispered into empty nights, seeds of love given without guarantee of return. Those seeds have taken root. They have broken through the hard earth. They have reached toward the sun, and now they are blooming. Not tomorrow, not someday, but now. But the fullness of the harvest cannot come to a heart still clothed in mourning. You must step out of the ashes. You must throw off the garments of grief. You must celebrate the life that has survived the fires. You are not a victim of your story. You are the author of its next glorious chapter, and celebration is your pen. You may feel the old voices pulling at you even now. Voices that say, wait a little longer, work a little harder, prove a little more. But those voices belong to a version of you that has already been outgrown. They belong to a consciousness built on striving and scarcity. And you, beloved soul, are no longer a resident of that realm. You have been invited into abundance. You have been summoned into wholeness. You have been called into joy. Will you accept the invitation? Will you dance even when your feet still remember the shackles? Will you laugh even when your ribs still remember the ache of sobs? Will you sing even when your voice still trembles from past silences? Because every act of celebration is a breaking of chains. Every act of joy is a healing of worlds. Every breath of gratitude is a reconstruction of reality itself. You are not merely celebrating what has happened. You are celebrating what is becoming. You are celebrating the unseen victories still gathering in the wings. You are celebrating the miracles on their way to you at the speed of your belief. Chosen one, the universe responds to celebration with multiplication. When you bless what is, you summon what can be. When you honor the journey, you magnetize new horizons. When you smile with true surrendered joy, you become a lighthouse to every blessing still seeking a home. You are not begging the heavens for scraps. You are standing in the open fields of fulfillment, arms wide to receive. But celebration is the gate. Gratitude is the password. Joy is the magnet. Do not wait for the perfect moment. Do not wait for a flawless feeling. Begin now. Begin here. Begin with whatever song your heart can muster. A whisper is enough. A tear of relief is enough. A single breath of thank you is enough. You are not being asked for perfection. You are being invited into participation. Celebrate imperfectly. Celebrate awkwardly. Celebrate boldly. Because in the celebrating, you move yourself into the current of everything you have asked for. You align yourself with the tidal wave of blessings that have been accumulating just beyond your last doubt. And once you step into that current, once you let go of the old need to earn what has already been gifted, nothing can stop the flow. Chosen one. The celebration you withhold from yourself is the very thing that would unlock your next miracle. The longer you wait to celebrate, the longer you delay the arrival of the new life you have been preparing for. The universe is not waiting to test you again. It is waiting to celebrate with you. It is standing at the gates with arms open, songs ready, banners unfurled. But it will not drag you across the threshold. You must walk or dance through it yourself. So, beloved soul, what are you waiting for? The harvest is here, the feast is prepared, the celebration is underway. Step into it, step fully, step boldly, step joyfully. You have already passed the test. Now it is time to live in the joy of your victory. Chosen one. Do you know what happens when you celebrate? You are not merely rejoicing. You are not simply expressing happiness. You are declaring war on every shadow that ever told you that you were not enough. You are standing radiant and unafraid in the face of every lie that said you had to earn your right to exist. Your celebration is a rebellion. It is a sacred uprising. It is a thunderous cry across the heavens. I am free, I am worthy, I am victorious. Every time you smile when fear says you should tremble, every time you dance when despair says you should collapse, every time you sing when sorrow says you should be silent, you wield your joy as a sword. You slice through the illusions that once imprisoned you. You tear down the walls that once caged your spirit. The darkness has no answer for a soul who celebrates. It can seduce a heart wrapped in shame. It can manipulate a mind steeped in fear. It can intimidate a spirit burdened by doubt, but it cannot touch a soul ablaze with gratitude. It cannot defeat a being who has decided to celebrate, not because everything is perfect, but because they themselves are a living miracle. Chosen one, you are a revolution wrapped in flesh. You are a prophecy fulfilled with every breath you take in defiant joy, and every time you celebrate, you are sending shockwaves through the old structures built on fear and scarcity. You are shaking foundations. You are breaking chains, not only for yourself, but for all those still trapped in cages of forgetfulness. Your celebration is not selfish. It is service. It is healing. It is a lighthouse cutting through the mist, calling home every lost soul who forgot they were allowed to rejoice. When you celebrate, you give others permission to breathe again. You give others permission to hope again. You give others permission to dream again, because your joy is contagious. Your freedom is a contagion that spreads faster than fear. Your laughter is a virus that infects the old systems of oppression with cracks of light. And no power of darkness, no empire of despair can withstand a soul that has chosen celebration as its way of life. Chosen one, the old energies would love for you to stay silent, to stay cautious, to stay small. They would love for you to believe that your joy is dangerous. And they are right. It is, because joy dismantles every lie ever told. It exposes the falsehood that suffering must be endless. It reveals the illusion that power belongs only to the few. It dismantles the idea that love must be earned and scarcity is natural. Every time you celebrate, you tear a hole in the fabric of the old world, and through that hole, the light of the new world pours in. Through that hole, the future rushes forward to greet you. You are not just surviving history, you are rewriting it. And celebration is the chosen one. You are not meant to crawl through the remnants of the old world, weeping for what has fallen. You are meant to dance among the ashes, planting gardens where there was once only desolation. You are meant to sing into the rubble, until the stones remember they too were once part of the sacred whole. You are meant to laugh into the silence until even the echoes rise up in song. You are not a mourner of the past. You are a midwife of the future, and your celebration is the birth song of the new earth. So, do not hold back. Do not temper your joy to make others comfortable. Do not shrink your light to fit into broken molds. Shine. Rejoice. Celebrate without apology. Because the world desperately needs what you carry. The world aches for a soul who can. Model what it looks like to live free, truly, wildly, unashamedly free. Not a freedom written in laws or declared by governments, but a freedom etched into the marrow of existence itself. The freedom that says, I am loved because I am. I am worthy because I breathe. I am victorious because I chose to rise. This is the revolution. This is the rebellion. This is the sacred war waged not with weapons of destruction, but with weapons of celebration. You are not alone in this uprising. Every soul who chooses joy over fear joins you. Every heart that dares to love joins you. Every voice that dares to sing joins you. And together, you create an unstoppable tide, a tide that no darkness can resist, a tide that no fear can withstand, a tide that will reshape the landscape of existence itself. Chosen one, you are not waiting for the world to change before you celebrate. Your celebration is the change. You are not waiting for permission to be free. Your freedom is the permission. You are not waiting for the world to become worthy of your joy. Your joy is what makes the world worthy. So celebrate, even if your voice trembles. Celebrate, even if your hands shake. Celebrate, even if the world does not yet understand why you are dancing, because your spirit knows, your spirit remembers, your spirit rejoices, and that rejoicing is the seed from which miracles are born. The storms may rage, the old systems may collapse, the night may deepen, but your light is unquenchable, your joy is indestructible, your celebration is eternal, it is the anthem of the chosen, it is the sound of the unbreakable, it is the roar of the resurrection. So rise, beloved soul, rise and celebrate, for in your celebration the darkness trembles, and in your joy, the new world takes its first breath. Chosen one, you have been taught that celebration is an afterthought, a reward for victories seen and counted. But the truth is far more sacred than you were ever told. Celebration is the key that unlocks new realms. It is not a reaction to blessings received. It is a catalyst that summons blessings yet unseen. When you choose to celebrate before the evidence appears, when you choose to rejoice while the soil still looks barren, you are engaging in the highest form of faith. You are announcing to the universe, I believe so deeply that I will celebrate what my eyes cannot yet see. And in that act of courageous joy, the walls shift, the energies rearrange, the doors that were sealed tight begin to open without force, without striving. Because celebration is not a passive thing, it is an act of creation. It is the birthing cry of realities still forming. Every time you celebrate, you stretch the fabric of possibility wider. You invite timelines of abundance to draw closer. You pull the fulfillment of your destiny into the now. You are not waiting for miracles to arrive. You are dancing them into existence. Chosen one, you are not a passive observer in your life. You are the architect, you are the sculptor, you are the painter whose brush is dipped in the colors of joy and gratitude. When you choose to celebrate, even in the face of uncertainty, even when the evidence is small or invisible, you send a signal that ripples through every layer of reality. You say, I am ready for more. I am aligned with the vibration of abundance. I trust the seeds I have planted. And the universe responds, not because it is testing you, not because it needs to be convinced, but because celebration is the frequency where miracles feel most at home. The next doors you seek to open, they are not opened by labor. They are not opened by perfection. They are opened by joy, because joy is the password into higher realms. Joy is the bridge between where you are and where you are meant to be. Joy is the energy that collapses timelines, pulling future blessings into your present hands, and celebration is the fastest way to joy. Chosen one, you were never meant to live in constant waiting. You were never meant to hold your breath until all the signs appeared. You were meant to breathe life into your own blessings through the sacred act of rejoicing. What you celebrate multiplies, what you honor grows stronger, what you dance with draws nearer. If you knew how much power lay hidden in your decision to celebrate today, you would not wait another moment. You would throw a feast with nothing but empty plates, trusting that the abundance would come rushing to fill them. You would sing songs with no audience, trusting that heaven itself was leaning closer to listen. You would plant gardens in barren fields, trusting that unseen rains were already on their way. You would laugh until the stones cried out in echo, trusting that joy itself is a creator, chosen. But every blessing you long for is already reaching toward you. Every dream you ache for is already seeking a way into your hands. But they are looking for the frequency of home, the vibration of the heart that knows it is loved, knows it is worthy, knows it is victorious. And that vibration is built through celebration. Not someday, not after, now, today. In the breath you are taking even as you hear these words, in the beat of your heart, steady and faithful, in the quiet strength of your spirit that refuses to bow to fear. Celebrate now, not because every battle is visible, but because your soul knows the war's already won. Celebrate now, not because every dream is manifested, but because your being itself is the proof that dreams are inevitable. Celebrate now, because in doing so, you become the magnet for miracles and the open doorway through which abundance rushes like a river breaking through a dam. Chosen one, the old ways taught you to celebrate only after the harvest, but the new world you are helping to birth moves by different laws. Here, celebration creates the harvest. Here, gratitude calls forth the unseen bounty. Here, joy summons the impossible into the tangible. You are not begging for scraps at a closed door. You are holding the key in your own hands, and celebration is the turning of the lock. Dance as if the floor has already been laid. Sing as if the choirs have already gathered. Rejoice as if the new dawn has already broken, because in truth, it has. It has been waiting for you to see it. It has been waiting for you to claim it. It has been waiting for you to celebrate it into full brilliance. You are the chosen one. You are the catalyst. You are the cause. And the world is waiting, breathless, eager for the sound of your laughter, the sight of your dance, the song of your fearless celebration. So do not wait for the evidence. Be the evidence. Do not wait for permission. Give yourself permission. Do not wait for the light. Be the light. Celebrate, chosen one. Celebrate until the doors swing open before you. Celebrate until the future rushes to meet you. Celebrate until every star sings your name in wonder and every blessing finds you by the sound of your joy. Chosen one. You thought your celebration was only about you. You believed it was a private matter, something quiet and personal, perhaps even something small. But the truth is so much greater than that. Your celebration is a beacon. It is a liberation signal. When you choose to rise in joy, when you choose to honor your journey by rejoicing, you are not just transforming your own world. You are unlocking cages you cannot see. You are loosening chains you never touched. You are sending waves of permission through the collective unconscious, telling silent hearts, wounded hearts, weary hearts, it is safe to be free. You are not celebrating alone. Every time you laugh after years of weeping, every time you dance after decades of surviving, every time you bless your own breath as a miracle, you are lighting torches in the darkness for others to follow. Your joy writes new maps across the unseen. Your gratitude sings open hidden gates. Your celebration tears open new timelines where love is stronger than fear, where hope is louder than despair, where life itself chooses to flourish. Chosen one, you are not a solitary traveler. You are a forerunner. You are a pioneer of the unseen realms, and your laughter paves roads where others will one day walk. Your songs build bridges over chasms of disbelief. Your celebration makes it easier for the next soul to believe it is possible. When you rise, others rise. When you dance, others remember their feet. When you sing, others recall the songs trapped inside their bones. Your joy is contagious in the most sacred way. It spreads silently, invisibly, irresistibly. And the ones who have forgotten how to hope, the ones who have curled so tightly around their pain they cannot imagine life without it, they begin to stir. They begin to blink in the light. They begin to wonder if maybe, just maybe, freedom is meant for them too. Chosen one, this is why your celebration matters. It is not selfish. It is not frivolous. It is necessary. It is holy. It is a ministry of the highest order. You are preaching sermons with every breath of gratitude. You are writing gospels with every step taken in joy. You are baptizing the broken with every laugh you let escape your lips. The world needs your light. It needs your celebration. It needs your fierce, tender, unapologetic joy. Because for every soul who sees you dancing in freedom, there is a whisper planted inside them that says, if they are free, maybe I can be too. Your life becomes a testimony, not of perfection, not of unbrokenness, but of triumph, of endurance, of the miraculous, indestructible power of the human spirit when it aligns with its divine source. Chosen one, you are not just celebrating your survival, you are celebrating the resurrection of hope itself. You are breathing life into forgotten dreams. You are awakening sleeping hearts with the thunder of your joy. And that awakening ripples outward, farther than you can see. You may never know the faces of those your celebration will touch. You may never hear their names. You may never witness their transformations. But they will happen because you chose to live boldly, because you chose to rejoice loudly, because you chose to honor the miracle of your existence with the full measure of your joy. Your celebration becomes a lighthouse on a stormy sea, and the lost ships, the ones who thought there was no shore, no safety, no home, they will see your light, and they will come. They will come, not because you forced them, not because you demanded their belief, but because your light made belief possible. Because your celebration proved that survival was not the end of the story, it was only the beginning. Chosen one, your joy is an invitation. It is a hand extended into the dark. It is a song carried on the winds of change. And though you may never fully know the impact of your choice to celebrate, know this: the universe knows. The divine knows. The earth itself leans closer when you rejoice. The stars blink brighter. The rivers sing louder. The very atoms of creation vibrate higher. Because celebration is alignment. Celebration is restoration. Celebration is the language of the soul remembering its true home. So do not hesitate. Do not wait for the world to understand. Do not hold your joy in check for fear of appearing foolish. You are not foolish. You are not naive. You are not irresponsible. You are a revolutionary. You are a midwife of miracles. You are a harbinger of hope. And your celebration is your anthem, your battle cry, your offering to a world aching for the sound of real freedom. Chosen one, lift your voice, lift your hands, lift your heart. Celebrate without measure, celebrate without apology, celebrate without restraint. Because every time you do, you rewrite what is possible. You redraw the borders of what can be hoped for. You reclaim sacred ground lost to fear and despair. You are not small. You are not insignificant. You are not alone. You are the ripple that becomes a wave. You are the wave that becomes a sea. You are the sea that becomes a new world. And it all begins, it all multiplies with a single choice: to celebrate now, to celebrate fully, to celebrate fearlessly. Chosen one, your celebration is the revolution the world forgot it needed. So rise, rejoice, shine, and let your joy break every chain. Chosen one, you believed the celebration was the end, a final chapter, a closing scene, a sweet but small reward for having endured so much. But the truth is far grander, far wilder, far more sacred than you yet know. Celebration is not the end, it is the beginning. It is not the last step, it is the first step into a new way of being. When you celebrate, you are not just marking what has been, you are calling forth what will be. Your joy is the soil where new realities root themselves. Your gratitude is the rain that nourishes future blessings. Your laughter is the sunlight that awakens dormant seeds across timelines unseen. You are not merely rejoicing over victories won. You are creating new victories by the sheer force of your rejoicing. Chosen one, do you understand what you carry within you? The act of celebrating now, without waiting, without proof, without permission, is the most powerful magic in the universe, because it aligns you with the purest creative energy of existence itself. Creation does not flow through striving. Creation does not blossom through fear. Creation dances to the rhythm of joy. It sings to the music of celebration. It responds to the vibration of hearts so full of trust, so full of delight, that they cannot help but overflow. Every celebration you offer becomes a blueprint. Every song you sing etches a new pathway into the quantum fabric. Every breath of gratitude plants stars across galaxies you have yet to glimpse. Chosen one, your celebration is not just healing your past. It is constructing your future. It is laying foundations for miracles your mind cannot yet conceive. It is weaving tapestries of beauty that will echo through generations unborn. When you celebrate, you open portals. When you rejoice, you accelerate timelines. When you dance in the fields of your becoming, you bend the very laws of what is possible. And you were made for this. You were designed to be a co-creator with the divine. You were formed to be a vessel through which the universe could birth wonders. And the key to stepping fully into that role is not more effort, not more striving, not more waiting. It is celebration, the celebration that dares to believe even when the world says it is foolish. The celebration that chooses to sing even when circumstances suggest silence. The celebration that erupts from a heart so deeply rooted in divine trust that it cannot be contained. This is the power you hold. This is the reality you are now invited to inhabit. Chosen one, you are not waiting for a future to arrive. You are creating the future with every note of your laughter, every beat of your dancing feet, every breath of your rejoicing heart. The new world you dream of is not being built by plans and blueprints alone. It is being summoned into existence by the sound of your celebration. It is responding to your joy. It is magnetized by your gratitude. It is nourished by your unwavering trust. And the more you celebrate, the faster it comes. The more you rejoice, the brighter it shines. The more you bless what is, the more the unseen rushes to become visible. Chosen one, you are a world maker, a dream birther, a song singer, and the world you are shaping is magnificent, beyond your wildest imaginings. So do not hold back now. Do not let old doubts tether you to old realities. Do not let past wounds silence the music rising inside you. This is the hour to celebrate with every fiber of your being. This is the hour to dance without restraint, to sing without fear, to rejoice without hesitation, because in doing so, you are not only honoring what has been, you are building what will be. You are laying stones for temples that will outlast empires. You are writing songs that will be sung. When stars are but whispers, you are igniting fires that will burn long after time has folded itself into memory. Chosen one, this is your true power, not to fix what is broken, not to fight what is fading, but to celebrate what is rising, to celebrate what is being born through you, because of you, with you. And in that celebration, you become one with the eternal dance of life itself. You become a living prayer. You become a breathing answer. You become the evidence of the divine made flesh. So rise, beloved one, rise in joy, rise in laughter, rise in celebration. Let your life be a festival of gratitude. Let your breath be a hymn of wonder. Let your footsteps be drums that call the new world into existence. You have waited long enough. You have endured enough. You have proven enough. Now is the time to rejoice. Now is the time to expand. Now is the time to celebrate without measure, without reason, without end, because you, chosen one, are the celebration the universe has been waiting for. You are the song the earth aches to hear. You are the dance that will awaken sleeping worlds. Shine, dance, sing, celebrate, because in your celebration, you are not just honoring the past. You are not just rejoicing in the present, you are creating eternity. Chosen one, there is no finish line to the journey you have entered. Celebration is not a moment to be crossed and left behind. It is the river you are meant to swim in. It is the air you are meant to breathe, because life itself is a song without end, a dance without a final step, a flame that only grows brighter the more it is shared. You were never meant to taste a single moment of joy and then retreat. You were meant to live inside the celebration. You were meant to become the celebration, to walk through your days clothed in gratitude, to move through your nights wrapped in wonder. You are the living, breathing evidence that light wins, that hope endures, that love creates worlds, and every breath you take in joy sends new ripples into existence. Every smile you offer becomes a thread woven into the great tapestry of becoming. Chosen one, the universe does not ask you to measure your worth by what you produce. It asks you to remember your worth by how fully you live. It invites you to see that you are already the miracle, already the blessing, already the dream fulfilled. Your laughter is enough to tilt galaxies. Your gratitude is enough to shift histories. You are not waiting for permission to live freely. You are the permission. You are not waiting for a better day to rejoice. You are the dawn. You are not standing outside the gates of celebration, waiting to be let in. You are the gate, and every time you choose to open, every time you choose to rise, every time you choose to rejoice, you usher in a flood of new beginnings. Chosen one, this is not the end of your awakening. It is only the beginning. You have passed through the trials. You have crossed the deserts. You have climbed the unseen mountains, and now you stand at the threshold, not of conclusion, but of endless expansion. There will always be more joy to discover, more beauty to reveal, more love to embody, because the nature of life itself is endless blooming. And you, magnificent, radiant you, are a part of that endlessness. So celebrate not as a punctuation, but as a lifestyle. Celebrate not as a ceremony, but as a way of being. Let every breath be a prayer of thanksgiving. Let every step be a dance of becoming. Let every moment be a reminder. You are alive. You are chosen. You are free. And your freedom is a gift not just to yourself, but to the entire fabric of existence. Because when you celebrate, you elevate all of creation. When you rejoice, you rewrite the future. When you shine, you awaken universes within universes. So shine without end, sing without hesitation, dance without apology, celebrate without limits. Because your celebration is not the end of the story. It is the story, it is the song, it is the light breaking through every shadow and calling all things back to life. Chosen one, you are the beginning, you are the rising, you are the endless holy celebration the universe itself dreamed into being. And now you live it. Now you embody it. Now you carry it into forever. Shine on, celebrate on, create on, forever and always.